not muted, so that's good there. All right, we're going to try this again because my internet cut out. So we are just having a good old day with tech. I'm very glad I have coffee. That always helps. So let's start from the beginning. So if you're here and you're able to catch this live, I would love to hear from you. So Sarah, if you make it back, and Maureen, you make it back, and Alex, you can let me know you can hear me. That would be amazing. So I'm sure that'll pop up soon. Make sure that I am yay! Thanks for coming back, ladies. Appreciate that. We are good. Wonderful. So praying, internet does not cut out again. So what we are talking about today is we were talking about Tripwires and how they can help you grow your email list while also potentially growing your bank account if done correctly. And there's a few things I want to make sure that you are aware of when doing a Tripwire. And the other thing too is we're just going to go through some of the tech of how to set that up. I'm going to try to not go, too techie on you. But I feel like just explaining what a Tripwire is, I don't feel like that's sufficient. I think we should actually show you. That's the whole freaking point of the behind the scenes in these coffee talks with TASHA. So before I get into that, very quickly, I want to put out an invitation to membership. So we do have 3 levels. We have our standard, we have our premium, and we have our VIP. Most people will choose the premium because it gets them 2 things. It gets them lifetime access to all of the courses that we do, and it also gives them lifetime access to all of our master classes and our VIP Facebook group. The other thing it gets them access to for 1 year are the group coaching calls. So every Tuesday, I hop online in a Zoom room with any of the VIP members that want to come that day that have questions. So whether that is tech, whether that's on their website, their branding, maybe it might be on actual just their business and strategy. So I'm able to help them in any way I possibly can. And every single person gets a good 10 minutes of help in the group coaching call. So I'm freezing again. So I'm really, fingers crossed, hoping that it's not going to cut out. So this is my invitation to you for membership. Alex, if you could possibly pop that in the comments, that would be amazing. I do realize that I am talking very, very fast right now. So I'm going to try to slow that down a little bit. That's just what happens when things aren't working. I tend to start operating at super speed. So I'm going to slow that down a little bit and then get into a Tripwire. So what is a Tripwire? So typically a Tripwire will kick in, or you'll have it set up. So after somebody signs up for your email list, they will get forwarded over to a sales page. And on that sales page, there will be an exclusive, one-time, not available anywhere else offer that is very hard for them to refuse. It is typically a very low priced offer, $7. Perfect. Thanks, Alex. So it's a very low ticket offer, typically around like $7 is, I know the whole 7 thing with pricing, but typically under $10 because you want it to be an absolute no-brainer in terms of them hitting yes, they want to buy. You want to make it a no-brainer because one, they've just joined your list. They don't really know you at this point. They haven't really had the chance to connect with you. And anything above that is going to make them take that extra time to think about it. And you don't want that. You're looking for that fast action. With that being said, even though it is a $7 offer, if you are planning to add a Tripwire into your business model, you need to know that you need to knock their socks off, because if they spend $7 with you and they are not impressed and they don't feel as though they've been given the value or the result that you've promised in that little $7 offer, you can pretty much kiss goodbye to them ever spending any more money in your business. So you need to, one, make sure that you're providing I'm not going to say an insane amount of value. You're not providing an entire course for $7, but you need to provide enough value that it's going to make them really trust that your business delivers when they say they're going to. 2, if you're saying it is an exclusive one-time offer, they only have 10 minutes to act now and they're never going to see this offer again, that needs to be true. You can't have that for them and then they buy it or they don't buy it, and then 2 days later they see it on a random page on your website. That's just not going to instill a lot of trust into your audience. It's just bad business. So just know that if you are planning to add a Tripwire into your business, that you are legit about it, that you're not just making things up and saying that this is only available right now for $7. And if they don't act now, they'll never have this opportunity again. Doesn't mean you can't have it available on your website, but have it available on your website for the regular price of maybe the $27 or the $37 or whatever that regular price was, that it was being discounted from. So just know that it needs to pack a lot of value, but to just be authentic about it, because you're going to turn a lot of people away from your brand and your business if you are advertising this one-time offer, and it's really not. So that's just not cool. So we're going to go into now kind of how the tech part works, and I'm going to show you an example and how to set that up so it's evergreen, so that it cookies. I'm going to try to explain this properly. It's going to catch the cookie of the person who's on that one-time offer page, so that once that time frame expires, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, it can tell that it's the same person trying to go back to access that page, and will instead revert them over to a like no longer available page or like a thank you page. And then this is all in WordPress. So this is what I'm going to be showing you. That doesn't mean the concept is not applicable to any other websites, or whether you're on Squarespace. You would just need to find appropriate tools within Squarespace or Wix that would allow you to do the evergreen countdown timer and the redirection to another page once that time has passed. So not an expert in Squarespace, not an expert in Wix. WordPress is what we do. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys. I'm just trying to think. I think that's it. So I'm going to go and share my screen. First things first, we are popping into MailerLite. So that is the email marketing platform that we recommend, especially for businesses that are just starting out. It is free up until your first 1,000 subscribers. It's what we used for 3 years. I believe we were on the paid program by the end of that, but I just loved it. I've tried ConvertKit, I've tried MailChimp. We now use ActiveCampaign because there's a whole lot of complicated tech things and automations happening in the background. But we were with MailerLite for 3 years and absolutely loved it. I paid for ConvertKit for the first maybe year that I was in business and never used it because I found it very difficult to figure out. As soon as I switched over to MailerLite, we started building our email list from there. So let me go into Zoom here and figure out how to share my screen, and we will be all set. You'd think that I would have this like figured out by now, but oh, there it is. I don't know that I ever will, and I'm kind of okay with that. All right, so here we are. First things first, we are in MailerLite. So you need to have a contact form set up. So in this case, I'll just preview it. This is the name, email, and join now. So when somebody is on an opt-in page, so as part of our WordPress Academy, as part of the intensive that we just did, an opt-in page is one of the pages that you do get that is part of the template suite. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like, so that way you're not entirely confused. All right, let's just do this. So somebody is going to be redirected over to your opt-in page. So this is the page where you are essentially selling them on signing up for your email list to get this lead magnet or item of value in exchange. So this could be a checklist, a PDF. We go into detail on lead magnet strategy and how to actually set up all of this in MailerLite in our lead magnet blueprint. It's only 27 bucks, it's total steal. But essentially they're going to get to this opt-in page. They're going to say, okay, yes, I need this lead magnet. This is going to help me get this result. I'm going to sign up for it. So they're going to come down to the bottom and they're going to sign up from this in this form right here. Well, this little form, so the rest of this opt-in page is all done in Elementor in WordPress. And at the bottom, they're going to sign up in this form right here. This form is taken from MailerLite. So as you see here, this is the sample of the form of what we created in MailerLite. So when somebody signs up for it, we can have all of the automations happen and they actually get the PDF, the lead magnet, the checklist, whatever it is they signed up for, delivered right to their inbox. So it creates that automation. Plus, then it also stores that email address for you so that if later on you want to send weekly newsletters, you want to send updates, you are launching a new program, launching a new product, you have all of those email addresses available, why they signed up for your list if you want to segment them and get in touch with specific people. And it allows you to build your business from an email marketing perspective. So you've created the form, which I just showed you here. Now, when you are creating, and you've probably noticed this as you've signed up for other people's email lists, most of the time, when you go and you put your name, your email, and you hit submit, you're going to get an email in your inbox within a minute or so that says, just to confirm you wanted to sign up for this list to get this lead magnet. And then you'll say yes, and you'll likely be redirected to a thank you page. So that's called a double opt-in. So it prevents you from getting a whole bunch of people on your list that don't actually want to be there because they signed up on your website, but then have to click in their email, yes, I wanted to actually sign up for this list. It helps to prevent you getting a bunch of people complaining that that you didn't have permission to add them to your list, which does happen even with double opt-ins, people will still complain and say, I never signed up for this list, even though they must have, because they would have received the confirmation email and clicked yes, but it happens. But this is just an extra layer of security to make sure you're not ending up with a whole bunch of random people on your list who are going to complain that you're spamming them, which you don't want, because then it lowers the quality of your email account. And the lower the quality of your email account, the more you end up in spam folders, the more your emails don't get delivered, and we don't want that. So the double opt-in, as you can see here, in MailerLite, the double opt-in is on. So once you design the form and you decide, when someone signs up for this form, I want them to go on my freebie list or my lead magnet list, whatever it is that it's called. Again, I walk you through all of this in our lead magnet blueprint. So we're not going to go too crazy in detail right now. But there's a double opt-in email. So this is the email that somebody's going to get once it loads. It's literally this little email here. Welcome, just please confirm, click the button below to confirm you want access to, in this case, our lead magnet was the freebie library. Click this button to confirm you want access to the freebie library. That's coming to them in their email where they need to confirm they want to be here. When they hit this, click here to get access to our freebie library. They hit confirm, yes, I want to be a part of it. Then you get to decide what happens. Does it just populate in their browser saying, thank you, you're now subscribed to our newsletter, or you can choose to send them to a landing page. So in this case, I've already got it set up, which I did 15 minutes ago. So it wasn't pre-set up before that. So it doesn't take a long time. You can decide when they click that, yes, this is the list I want to be on. Yes, I want that freebie. Their browser will open up to whatever page you decide. Sometimes that'll be a thank you page, and sometimes it might be a Tripwire page. So I've got this set up here. So when somebody clicks on that button in the email, this is what they're going to see. Now you can see I'm logged in at the top here, so don't mind that. But it's going to, for some reason the images aren't showing up, but this is what it's supposed to, oh, I know why. It's a GIF, and I got the select full. Okay, let me update that. Let's see. Okay, so as soon as they hit that confirm email, confirm button in their email, their browser is going to open up automatically, and it's going to say, thank you. Your download is on its way to its inbox, but you want to make sure to make that extremely clear, because people might get upset or might get annoyed because they don't read this part if it's too small. And they might think that you're not giving them the lead magnet and you're just trying to sell them on something. So you want to make sure that they know that the lead magnet, like the automation's all going to happen in MailerLite. They're going to get their lead magnet within a minute or two. But while they're waiting, you want to talk to them about this really awesome special one-time offer that you've got going on. So wait, so thank you, your download's on its way to your inbox, but wait, I've got the special offer just for you. So then it talks about the offer, it explains what it is, and then you'll notice here that there's this timer or short code that you can see. So we're gonna go set that up so that actually ends up giving them a countdown, and it's based on where their address is, like their cookie and their IP address and where it is that they have access to this page. So once that timer runs down, we'll be setting it up so it redirects to another page and they can't access this anymore. So basically you're letting them know, okay, there's this one-time offer. It's amazing. It's just $17, normally sold for $47 or $27 or $37 or whatever the price is of that product normally for sale on your website. And I would actually suggest having this for sale on your website at that price. And although you might think, well, no one's ever going to buy it at 47 when I offered it to them at 17 at some point, you'd be very surprised. When people want something and they know something's going to save them time and it's going to add value, even though it's $30 more than what they could have bought it for, 3 weeks ago, if they need it and they want it, they're going to buy it. So I would make it available on your website at that normal price as well. So just walks them through, and then again, they can buy it if they want. So setting up this timer or short code, we're going to go in and do that in the back end of WordPress. So if you go to plugins, once it opens, I didn't really need to reload that, and then add new at the top on the left-hand side. And you're going to type in Evergreen. Evergreen should do it. You don't really think you need to type in much else. Yeah, and it's right here. Evergreen countdown timer. Go ahead and install. And there's a lot of these. If it's not this one and you wanted to choose another one, by all means, this is the one that I've used before in the past. We don't actually have an active Tripwire currently because we've got all of our tiny offers. We've got our Instagram blueprint and our lead magnet blueprint. We don't have a tiny offer. We don't have a Tripwire right now, but this is the one I was using when we did have it maybe 2 years ago. Okay, so you want to go and customize now a few things. So I just want to see here if no, it doesn't. Okay, so Evergreen Countdown Timer should be here under Settings. On the left, you'll see Evergreen Countdown Timer. And oh, it looks like I have a whole bunch from before, so that's good, but we're going to add a new one. So we're going to go to Add. And now you get to decide all of the specifics of this Evergreen Countdown Timer. So I'm just going to call it Tripwire. So we want it evergreen, which means that it's not counting down to a specific date and time. It's counting down a certain amount of time every single time a new person goes and accesses the page. And that's, again, all based on detection method, as we'll see here. It says cookie, and you can actually do it. I believe you can do it by cookie. No, it's either cookie or IP address. So you can leave it at cookie. And so we don't want date and expire countdown in, and you're going to decide how many times. So typically, if it's a Tripwire, that's going to be a matter of minutes. It's not going to be hours or days, but depending on your lead magnet, depending on your niche, this might be something you want to test and see if one does better than the others. I know when we had done it originally, I believe we had between 10 to 20 minutes, I believe is what we were doing regularly. And I think I just put hours there. Yes, I did. Okay, 0 hours. And then you're going to want to do, oh no, I had it at minutes. We're good. Okay. And then redirect URL. So that is where once those 10 minutes have elapsed, if that same person is on the page or tries to come back to the page, it's going to send them to a different page instead. So in this case, in most cases, you're going to want to create a special page just for the Tripwire that says, thank you that, this special offer is no longer available. If you would like to check it out in our shop, you can go to this link. So I'm just deciding whether or not I want to create a brand new page. Okay, we'll go and create a new page just to show you. Because if we're doing behind the scenes, let's just do it. Okay, so I'm going to add a new page. I'm just going to call it, I don't call it Tripwire. You'd call it whatever the offer name was. So let's just say it was a social media templates bundle. And I'm just going to go right to editing with Elementor. There's a lot that you can do in the background to set up your page with your feature image and your SEO and all that, but we're not going to get into that. We're simply going to just create that like thank you page. So this is just going to load up in a second. So when it comes to any offer pages, sales pages, the thank you pages, in most cases, you're not going to want to have your header and your footer. You're just going to want to have it be the full, the actual content and the sales page be the full website page. You don't want to have any distractions above or below. This is a thank you page or like an offer over page. So you could kind of, it could be either or really. We're just going to keep this super simple. So I'm just going to go and add a title. You're going to want to let them know, obviously, that the offer is ended. Just put this in the middle. Perfect. Just want to put that in there so they know that they could go and shop the shop if they wanted to. And I'm just going to put a button. Ooh. Also check out this offer and many others in our shop. You're going to want to put the link over to your shop. So in this case, it would be our shop at Lady Boss Studio. Entered it. Perfect. And then it's up to you if you wanted to add in some social links, add in another menu so you can go to other pages, add in a blog link. You can add in whatever you wanted here. You could also add in your logo if you wanted to. So that way they knew. That is huge. So this is an extremely simple version, but we're just doing this for example purposes, and I'm just going to show you. So we're going to go preview. Okay, let's go back. Hitting shortcuts on my browser. Okay, so this is what the thank you page would look like. So we're going to take this because it's a published page, and we're going to go back to our evergreen countdown timer, and this is what we're going to do. So now if somebody who was on the Tripwire page, it's going to cookie them. It's going to give them 10 minutes to decide whether or not they want this offer. And after that 10 minutes elapses, it's going to send them to this thank you page instead, or this offer ended page instead. Please note that if somebody finds the link somehow in incognito window, they'll probably still find their way there. If they go into another computer, they'll probably still find their way. So this isn't a like 100% guarantee. Nobody can ever find their way back to this page because it's using the cookie. There are still like ways that someone could finagle their way back into finding this page. But if somebody is so I don't know if this is the right way to word it, but if like somebody wants to spend the like 20 minutes to try to back end their way back to this $7 offer, they can have it as far as I'm concerned. If it means they're spending money because they really see the value in the product or the one-time offer that we're providing, and they're able to find their way back to it, and they buy it, and we knock their socks off with the value that's in it, I'm okay with it. I'm not too stressed about it. That would be up to you and how you feel, but that's my take on it. And then you can decide a few other like branding elements to it and the sizing of the countdown timer itself. Then you can save it once that's determined. And then this is the short code right here. Where is it? Tripwire sample. This is the short code right here. So I can go copy that. I can go back to my Tripwire sample page. I can go right here. And I can pop that in. should, if all worked as it should. Let's see. I'm just going to go copy. Oh, it's right here. No, it's not it. Let's just copy this or duplicate it and drag it down. Okay, so let's update and preview and see what it looks like. So I made it white when I selected it in the background, but you can see here now I have 9 minutes and 54 seconds left. So we can go back to the back end and change that to black if we wanted to. So you can just click right back in it and change the color. So if I save this and I refresh it, it should change to black so you can actually see it, which is kind of important if you're wanting people. There you go. So that's how you would add that in. If they don't order it, if they come back to this page after the 9 minutes and now 30 seconds expires, they will be automatically redirected over to that offer ended or thank you page that you created. So I think that covers, so first things first is setting up the actual form, opt-in page and the form. Do I have it here? Let's see. I don't have it open anymore. Oh yeah, I do, it's right here. So this opt-in page and the form that goes, they sign up for your list. They're going to get an email saying, are you sure you want to sign up for this lead magnet? When they hit the yes, they are going to be redirected to this Tripwire page. It says, hold on, your lead magnet, it's on the way to your inbox. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about that part. But in the meantime, while you're waiting, we have this super amazing one-time offer that we'd like to make available to you. We're going to give you 10 minutes to think about it. Some people hate the fact that it's a short amount of time because you're pressuring people into buying something. So if that feels kind of icky to you and you want to give them a day and you want to give them 2 days, like I wouldn't make it a week or anything, but you can extend that so it feels less pressuring if that feels better to you. At the end of the day, your business should work within what's right for you and what's good for your audience, right? So they'll come here, they'll get this one-time offer. In the meantime, the lead magnet is already on its way to their inbox and they'll get that within a few minutes because that was set up completely separately through MailerLite. And then once this 8 minutes elapses, if they try to, it'll do it automatically. If they're still on this page and it counts all the way down to 0, it's going to redirect them automatically. Or if they were to try to come back to this URL at some point in the future, it will automatically bring them to that thank you page as well. One more thing to note that I didn't note is that you can decide how often you want that to reset for people. So let me see if it's here. That might actually only be with the pro version. Just want to see. Okay, so you can't do it here. So I think with the pro version, you can decide how often you want that to reset. I would ideally not do that because you can have it so it resets like every 10 days. But then again, I feel like that feels a little shisty. If they then refresh somehow or find their way back to the link in 10 days, they get that offer again. If you're going to say it's only available one time for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I would suggest sticking to that. So that's my take on it. And that's it. That is your Tripwire. So ideally, you are adding people to your list who are, stop sharing. You're adding people to your list who are signing up for your lead magnet because you've got a great lead magnet that speaks to your audience, and you already know because you've researched on this or you've purchased our lead magnet blueprint and the lead magnet maximizer that your lead magnet needs to specifically and directly lead into your other offers. Otherwise, what's the point? So you're building your list with leads that actually will hopefully eventually purchase your other products or are interested in your other products. But at the same time, you're able to potentially bring in additional income with those small little tripwires. And yes, they're only $7, but you're not paying to advertise that for the most part, unless you're deciding to throw your lead magnet on Facebook. But at least if you are putting your lead magnet on Facebook to try to grow your list, you have a potential of recouping some of those costs as well. So I feel like it's a win-win, again, as long as it's done authentically. So I'm just going to pop into Facebook and see. Thank you, Tasha. So helpful. Perfect, Sherry. So let me know. So Sherry is one of our members, one of our lovely members, who had asked how to actually do this and how to get this done. So I wanted to come on here. I thought it was kind of one of those bang for your buck if I can make a video for you guys and help you out in the free group, but also help our members too. I thought that was great. So Sherry, let me know if you have any questions on that in the tech and making that all work together. And if anyone else has any questions on this going forward, make sure you pop that in the comments after you watch this and say hello, please. It just makes me feel like I'm not here by myself talking to my screen, even though really I am. And then two, we have our group coaching call this afternoon because it is Tuesday. So as I said, as an extension, to invite you to membership. If there are things that you are needing help with, as soon as today, if you join membership at the premium level or higher, you would be able to get into that group coaching call. So you all have a lovely day, and I will see you next week for Coffee Talk with Tasha.